Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TP Pierrot V4 map. I think it's Pierrot in Switzerland, and if you like a challenging map, then this could be for you. It could be quite challenging, this map. So let's get out of this this kind of mode. We'll get into the normal kind of mode first. There we go. So we're in the Swiss Alps, and that is one reason why it can be quite challenging. This is the village. There's a couple of little different things on this map too. If we look just over this wall here, there's a building area down there. I don't know what happens when you get rid of that dirt. You could just be left with a big hole. Or will a building construct? Will there be anything under that dirt? I just don't know. Well, what I do know is this terrain is very, very challenging. So let's have a look at the mappage. There is the map. There's no extra fruit types, crops on here. As you can see, if you start in New Farmer, everything's growing apart from that one field right there, which is cultivated. Everything is going to need ploughing and probably lime, so that could set you back a little bit. Now, a little bit of a different start with this map. If you start in New Farmer, it shows you there field 1 you own. There's no contracts, so you're not going to make money that way. But the good thing is, in New Farmer, you start with everything. Oh yes, indeed you do. Now, if you start in Farm Manager, you don't own any land. So let's have a look at these prices for you. I did have a look over here, so this is a good place for a farm, to be quite honest. So there's 90,000 for that farm area. There's quite a bit of forestry. All this around the shop here and all this this is all forestry. So that's 133, 400. The fields, not too badly priced. As you can see there, 30. They're not very terribly big, but they're not terribly priced. Let's have a look at some of these up here. 48, 80, 96. There's some forestry. So there you go, just flicking around. So in New Farmer, you start with all the land. In Farm Manager and start from scratch, you own nothing. Okay, so what equipment do you start with? Well, in New Farmer, Farm Manager and start from scratch, you start with the same. Nothing. You get a silo here. Holds 900,000. Holds all these dirt, soil, earth, sand, concrete, and some crops. Not your root crops, but that's it. No leased items. and you just own a silo. So which way would you play it if you played a map? Do you go with all the land and start forestry, wait till your crops go with the first year and sell them, get a bit of money behind you? Or do you go with the 1.125 million and try and build your lands up? That is entirely up to you, but you have no equipment. So what we'll do is we'll so there's the first challenge. That's the first challenge, which way you're going to go with it. Now I did rent this before, and I rented it because it was £112, and I thought that's a nice little cheap motor, but it doesn't really have the poke. It doesn't have the poke I want. Now I thought I had. A motorcycle. That's only got 23 horse. Right. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Will have been just a second for you, but we've managed to get rid of the crosshair in the centre there, because that can be quite annoying. Right. What? So I've had a look at that. I've got to remember where I'm at now. Okay, so we've got a barn which will sell your hays and grasses and silage and things. Then we have these two sell points running in competitiveness with each other, and they sell most of your other fruit types. Then you've got the casserie. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's my best go at it. And that will be like a dairy, because you've got your eggs and your milk there. Sawmill speaks for itself, and the spinnery also speaks for itself. So you've got your wool and your cotton. Cotton in Switzerland. That's fantastic. Now, this is concrete. That is earth. That is gravel. That's sand, I think. I've not worked out a couple of the others, because there is concrete. I found the sand on the map and a couple of things, but there we go. Anyway, that's that. So what we'll do is we'll set off and we'll go down into the town, seeing this is got quite a few areas here. Yeah, we'll do that. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go up here, actually opposite the shop, and you can see some of the challenging terrain then. And we'll come round the top here, and we'll come back down to the sawmill. I'll show you the farm silo, and then we'll come into the town. Now I did get the Unimog, but we're not. We're going to use this. We're going to lease this. There's a lot of bikes. I like the bikes. But you'll get to see. Ooh, that's weird. Some of the terrain here. You can see this is going to be quite a challenge logging. So first of all, you've got the challenge what you're going to pick, because older modes have no gear, no equipment. Are you going to go for the land or not? And this is the road up here. You can see, still challenging, quite challenging. You can see why I brought the bike. I'm going to go this way. Now look at the fields. If you like undulations, you are going to like, oops, oh God, you're going to like this map. So the fields aren't massive. You're not going to want massive equipment, but you're going to want equipment with a bit of poke, because otherwise you're not going to get up the hills. So we'll go this way. Oops. Being all freaky here, Anna. Right, now we're going to go over there, where you can see the rocks and that building in the distance. So we'll head up here. I'm going to ride on the bike, even though this looks as weird as a big weird thing. It's okay, I'll see for the trees. So these logging trails, they're all over the place. So we're up near the top of the map now. What we'll do is we'll head down here. I'll show you this area. As you can see, the route is bad. So obviously we're going to go down here. Now there's been torrential rain here, and it's washed the road away. So this road needs building up. So there's a job to be done. Could get through on a motocross bike, but we're back up there. How I missed that pole then, I'll never know. You can go down that way, that goes to the other side of the where the road is washed away. But this here is a sell point. Plenty of room. That is the Forestry. So we are going up the mountain and all over the place here. Just trying to show you, I'm trying to scope out to show you. That also goes to the other side of that broken road. I think, yeah. Hello. So there's the other side of the busted road that needs fixing. As you can see, the fields are all well, they aren't flat, put it that way. Which way does that go? Let's have a look. Right, let's go down here to Hof 1. I think it's David Hasselhoff's place. Let's turn this off. So you could make this out to be a farm. You'd obviously need to put a sleep trigger down, because every time you come into the map you start at the shop otherwise. So we've got grass. As you can see, these like I say, not very flat fields. In fact, there's some damn steep ones. I've not worked out what this is for. It doesn't show a sell point or anything on here. So I've not got a Scooby-Doo what this is for. Excuse me, Matthew. What? What's that for? Ooh! Matthew moved. Matthew, can I pick Matthew up? Let's have a look. No, I can't pick Matthew up. But Matthew does move. That was freaky. Oh dear. Right. So, where are we going next, people? Where shall we go next? So we've been up the top bit here. This is just going to be a main road. I'll tell you what, we'll come down through this field here and into the... Oh, we'll go that way. Shall we? Oh no, I can get to the sawmill. Let's check it out. Let's go somewhere different. So, not the biggest roads. Steep hills. We are in the Alps here. Like I say, choosing your equipment is going to be a bit of a challenge. You don't want it too big, but you want it powerful. I need to get down there. There's a sawmill. I'll do a flyover at the end, I think. I've got time. Right. It's a nice house. Oh look, another building area. So I've not got a clue what occurs when you take this soil away. Well, I'll be excited to find out whether these lads are getting to shape and build something, or whether there's just a big hole here when I've finished. I haven't got a clue. But, oh, it's a bit sinky. Now that's a good job I'm on a motocross bike. Can I get down that way? No. So here's a sell point. I think this is Landy. I was going to say Aldi then. Yeah, Landy, so that's just a shop. There's the other building area. The shop is just up there. Can you see it? That's where we started. Now at the sell points there seems to be wagons. That's a telltale sign there's a sell point. So there's a wagon there, and here is a spinnery. There's another one down there because that's another, yeah, that's a petrol station. Come on, get round, get round. So here is the spinnery. I'll just come up here. This here is the animal dealer. Now there's no chickens by the looks of it, but I did put a chicken pen down. I did try it, and the chickens did show up. But with the place being not the flattest of maps, you are going to struggle to find places to put stuff down. Unless you spend a fortune terraforming. That's another challenge. And we get down here, this is the... This... Notice the truck outside. This is the... I'm going to say milkery then. Dairy. That's the word. So your milk and eggs go there. Right. In fact, let's have a look here. This is a little bit better. Right, well, we're going to head up here to this place. And then where we go from there is anybody's business. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go around this lake to the sawmill and we'll look at the sawmill. We'll go to the farm silo, and I know I can nip through here actually, so we'll do that. Which is, oh, we can go down this way. So where are we going to now? We are going to another little flat area here. They are rare. They are a rare thing. There's the lake. Bridges are quite narrow. So there is a little flat area here. You could, if you want to put a silo that has root store, you know, root crops. So we're going to nip through here. Can you see on the map? Now this is your farm silo, which holds 900,000, and your base crops really, not your root crops or anything. And it does hold soil and sand and stuff. Now this has got me a little perplexed. Shh. Don't say anything, don't say anything, just sneak past, sneak past. Fantastic. Now, this place, same as the others, can't get in this crane, can't seem to work it. That shows a grab, but can't grab them. Don't know what they're there for. These don't have a grab. Now whether I can fill these in with dirt from the other building sites, I don't know whether I could fill these in and then have a store place here. There's lights here. Not find a light switch, but there's lights around the place. This doesn't work. This is just for show. Let me check. I've got yeah, I've got my window on. So I've not got a clue what is going on here. That'll have to be further investigated. And through here we've got the sawmill. For those who sell your wood point. And the wood chips around the back. So that is back up to the sell point on Hoff 1, what we saw. So we'll come back through the village. Is this another building site here? I don't know. Oh look there, looks like gravel or something here. Yeah, the road's shut off. So something. Can I see through the edge? Can I see through the side there? I don't know what's underneath there. I'm trying to get a gander. So that needs to be looked at. Where are we going? We're going straight up here, I think. Yep. So we'll just go over the field here. I think that just goes round. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, this is going to take some doing with some sort of combine or whatever. So here's the other sell point. You see why I brought a bike. I'll back up here. Whoops. Boom, that's not good. Where's that one go? Just round the top. More fields. Field on the left here. As you know, look how steep these are. You're going to have to choose a good bit of kit to traverse these fields. Now we're coming into Hoff 2, where you could set up a farm. There's sand on the left there. I don't know where you make the concrete. I've not found that little bit, but there's gravel down there, there's sand up here. A load of blokes stood round chatting, as you do. So we've got some sand here. So here is another nice flat area you could make out into a bit of a farm. A rare thing on this map is flat areas. Oh, where are we going now? Well, I'm not watching, so I'm going up the mountain. Right. We've got one more area to show you. There's little roads all in between the fields. As you can see. This terrain is quite something else. If you're used to your flat maps, this is going to be a challenge. Now this road is closed basically. We can go back down there to the village. See all the fields and the well, you can see the terrain. It's very now I mentioned the road being washed away. This one's had a landslide. So I suppose you could use this this earth here to fill them barrels in, what we saw before near the silo, and also to build the road up what washed away. We could use this soil. Just a thought. So what do you think of this map? Well, it's something a little bit different, not too much construction or anything to do, just a little bit for something different. The terrain is certainly different. Would you give it a go? I'll leave a description anyway in the bottom. I suppose it would look beautiful with seasons. A little bit of snow scattered about on it. I think everything is going to be a challenge. The logging through to the farming of the fields. Underpowered, too big for the roads, or underpowered for getting up the hills. It's going to be quite a challenge. Let me know if you thinking of giving it a go. Catch you later. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up anyway, and have a beautiful day.